So yeah, introduce yourself. Where are you from?
So my name is Joyclynn Costa. My family name is Kauiho from the Ko'olau district of Maui. I reside now in Hamakualoa, Haiku. Been there, born and raised, left the island for a little while to be educated on Kapalama campus. Came back home, raised a family, and went to school a little bit more.
Mm.
Yeah.
And do you describe yourself as an activist? Or how long have you been doing these things?
I'm going to say yes. I can't deny it because what am I doing? So I would say yes. The reason I call myself that is I'm a churchgoer. And I was accused at one time of um, being an activist and that maybe I should not participate in being a delegate for my church. And at that point, I realized, well, in our teaching at the church, Jesus was like the biggest activist. And so I'm in good company. So I won't deny it. I'll claim that.
So you were already a delegate for the church, and they were trying to discourage you from continuing on.
Yeah, being a representative for the church, they felt that my activism was maybe not what they wanted the church to represent.
Did that change at a certain point?
I'm still the representative.
Yeah. So describe the kinds of things that you've been involved in over the years.
In just the activism?
Activism, or and adjacent to that too, whatever you feel is relevant.
My beginnings didn't start until later in my years because my education wise, sorry to say, they didn't teach me the stuff I know now. So it didn't start till like 2004. I had a message from Hawaii Island, one of our ohana, and said, "Go listen to this person come talk." And we listened, and we were curious, and so we listened some more, and it started making more sense about our history, and not only our history, but our identity, our losses, what we can gain. And so I started then. And from there, I went from an angry person, betrayed, and and then I tried to educate myself. So now I'm really dangerous because I'm educated and angry. And so that pushed me to make a stand and, got arrested for supposedly criminally trespassing on someone else's kuleana that we went to kokua. And in 2007, we won the case.
On Hawaii Island?
On Maui.
On Maui.
Yeah, on Maui. And that's when it really began to open my eyes that if we have a clear understanding and can articulate it with educated minds, that it really works, and you don't have to be forceful, you don't have to be arrogant, you just have to speak truth to that power. And it, for me, I'm like I said, I'm a church person. A lot of pule, and the answers come. And even when you think it's too crazy to do or too crazy to write, you follow that call, you do it, you follow it, and it has never failed me. Never failed me. Yeah.
So would you describe the motivation to get involved? Like, did the motivation kind of evolve because you were already a church goer and you were already invested in the example that of Jesus and his activism and what he represented? Did that kind of naturally flow into that moment in 2014 or 2004? Or was there another kind of thing that motivated you to get involved?
That's a really good question, because although now my path is that way, staying within that lane of truth, it wasn't there where I started. It started. I don't remember the year, but they brought the Ku'e petition to the Bishop Museum, and I just so happened to be there when they had it on display, or was it the state capitol? I think it was a
think it
Bishop
was a
Museum.
museum.
Yeah,
In
it
2000
was a while back.
yeah.
I saw my kupuna's name, and his name, I should say it, is Kuhelepo. I didn't know who my great great grandfather was, but I knew Kuhelepo. And I was like shocked that I seen this name written on this document. And then I put it away. So when I started learning these things years later, 2004, it brought back memories of when you're telling me about my race, when you're telling me about my identity, that he signed that petition and I needed to look into that.
So you were learning about the like occupation and military annexation, all those things, after you had already seen your grandfather's name.
Way after. Way after. But you know, I always had this dying question because every educator that I know of, every activist that I know of, they always talk about the illegal occupation, yeah, the illegal annexation. And my question is, so when did it become legal? Because we're operating as if it is. We allow things to happen as if it is, but no one has ever been able to answer that simple question.
And so that question, in a sense, that question is in a way like driving all these other things, because it's like, well, if none of this stuff is right and was never made right, then what else are we gonna do?
Yes, yes, and it stumps the people that I talk to. I mean, now I'm talking more to like church people. So they said, we'll apologize, and we're good, and everybody's getting along. And I said, but that's fine. I get that for the most part. Maybe not to its full satisfaction, but there was a movement towards that reconciliation. I said, but I still need to know. And I said, and I will stop talking about this type of things that make people uncomfortable if you could just answer me one question. And he goes, oh, what is that? And I said, when did it become legal? Because back in 1893, they said was legal. 100 years later, 1993, they said it was illegal. So I'm not looking at 1893. I'm only looking at from 1993, when they said it's illegal. From that point, no need pretend the rest, because that was all make pretend until they would admit in 93. So from 93 till today, now it's 2023. When did it become legal? He slumped in his airplane chair. I had a captive audience. He slumped in his chair and he went, okay, I get it. I said, no, I want to get it. What is the answer, But there's still no answer.
Do you has your your own steadfastness in these questions and in these actions impacted the people at church more so in the last, like, over time? Do you think you've had an impact on them?
I have to answer in the positive, because if I question it, if I hesitate in it, then why did I do it to begin with? Yeah, I truly, what I do, I feel I was sent to do. I not necessarily chose to do. I don't have a choice. I just have to do and not question. And when I am given permission to dismiss me of this kuleana, then I can, do other things. But until then, it's not for me to question, but for me to continue. Because you may not see the effects or get the results you think you're supposed to get, like, immediately. But there is an underlining result that I'm not seeing right now. And I've seen things like that happen throughout my activism, where I do something and nothing, and then all of a sudden, oh wow, they got it, or oh wow, I that's what I was talking about, you know. So it does make the difference, but not in our time, or not through our lens. I feel we're being set to move and do these things, and the result will be of a different power, a different level, a different energy, not of our own. Because that would be really selfish. Then we're just doing it for ourselves.
We're setting something up. We're setting something in motion.
We are the how would I say it? We've been sent forward to fulfill something so that it can happen. You know, maybe we're just holding one key, and then the other one come and will push him in the puka, and the other one will come and turn the key. You know, the guy who was holding the key think nothing happening, I'm just holding the key. But each one gonna have one part, and next thing you know, the door gonna open, and then all our keikis all gotta do is push on the door. We're part of it. We're all part of it.
Is there you talked about not necessarily seeing the impact like plainly in this moment, but are there other kinds of impacts that you've observed about like your work, just your impact on the issues that you care about, or your impact on the community in general, personally? Other kinds of signs of success, maybe, or like signs that you look for to that are like encouragement, or like ho'ailonas in a sense that keep you going.
Yeah. You know, like I said, ho'ailona. When I first started studying what our rights are, and I was this angry, educated Hawaiian, I would spend hours, at least 4 days out of the week. If not, if I could be there for 5 days, I would, at the law library in our courthouse in Maui. And I'd walk into that room, and I would pull it, and I would say, okay, what should I read today? And believe it or not, and I don't care if they do or not, the book would be sticking out of the shelf. And I would pull the book, and not of my own making, I would pull it again and open the book and start reading. And it more than likely would start off from the very beginning of whatever I need to read. It would never be in the middle of whatever case I'm reading. It would open to the beginning, and I would read it, and I would take a picture of it, take a copy of it, and hold it with me. And I cannot count how many times people would walk up to me, because they knew I was up there because I was there so often. They go, hey, you ever heard of a case? Da, da, da. I go, oh, here, this is for you. And I mean, I'm with the paper in my hand, and I'm handing it off. And then don't ask me about the case ever again, because done, yeah? I did what I was supposed to do, and I delivered. And my sister would get so angry. She goes, will you stop doing that? Because what if it goes in the wrong hands? And then I said, if it's in the wrong hands, it's not going to work. And if I don't give it away, then it may as well still be on that shelf. So it needed somebody to channel it to come off the shelf and into the hands it belongs to. So I graciously agreed to her that whenever I find something, I would hand it to her first. So she would make a copy, keep a log, and then I can have that one copy. And if I needed, hey, remember I had this case, da da da. She would be my secretary. She'd go, oh, okay, I'll make you a copy and I'll send it to you. But that yes, it worked. It definitely. If we pay attention and if we allow it to be part of us, endless solutions come up.
How's your physical health, your mental health, the spiritual health been along this way?
Oh, okay. So back to the angry Hawaiian, right? So angry Hawaiian said, I'm not gonna go to the doctors because I don't know what they're putting in my body. They tried to kill my tutu, throw him in kalaupapa. He wasn't even sick. My grandma had to be raised as an orphan and I mean she lived good with the kupuna in Naiku, but you know it was a hard life. You have to catch everything that you would eat. You have to go and up the mountain and in the ocean and down the river and with tutu and go pull stuff. Yeah, but she didn't know any different, and it was a good life for her. So no go doctor, um, no go dentist. That's why my teeth all crooked. I hate interviews because I don't have a good smile. I'll fix it one day, uh, but I would notice that the heart would flutter. And then one of my friends said, "You get high blood pressure." I said, "No, I don't." "Yeah, you do." And sure enough, I did. So she would give me la'au lapa'au, certain teas, and that would help level me off. But that was like, you know, at the height of I know now, and you know, I kept no more time for rest. I mean, even the house went to pot. I wasn't home to do anything in my house, to cook my meals and to clean my house and to spend time with Ohana. Everything was because I saw what had happened and what didn't happen. I was on this mission. And it's not healthy because you got to balance, yeah. And I was out of balance because of that. Yeah.
Did you observe a shift at any point since the beginning of that?
Church would help me. Church would help me, and not religious, you know. I'm in a Hawaiian Protestant church. Not just the Hawaiian Protestant church. That's where my tutu is buried. So I lean on her um, to help guide me. And I lift up the structure, make sure that maintenance is done and the members are all happy. I'm the moderator. I pretty much run the church, but it's not a position, it's a kuleana. Yeah. And that helped me to see different levels of emotions and stuff that I'm going through the members, and know that I need to adjust and shift and lean on Keakua, because he's going to be the ultimate decision maker. Yeah. So I that's why I say he sent me, he put me in certain places, because you know I'm just this little woman, non-intimidating. So people think of me as, you know, she not can do nothing. She not gonna do nothing. We can talk around her, and next thing you know, this little uku is listening to all what they're talking about, and it makes me happy because now I know. It makes me mad because now I know. It makes me sad because now I know. And now I gotta balance that. Yeah.
Mm.
But he's funny, Keakua. When you think about it, and what the places he puts us in and the people he puts us in front of and situations, and sometimes we just gotta be quiet. Yeah. Yeah.
So does it feel like you feel more easily able to like regulate your state of mind or your emotions, or take good care of yourself or your home in the way that you struggled maybe more before?
I recognize more now.
Mm.
You know, um, because I don't like to go doctors. You know, I need to be akahele, makaalam what's going on. Yeah, but I still don't trust doctors. I've never taken any of those COVID shots. You know, I won't go near that needle. When my youngest girl was going to school, and they were sending out notices that you know they were going to give vaccines in the school. This was years back, with that "No Child Left Behind" thing. They were going to line up the kids in the cafeteria with no parents, no supervision, and just have the nurses.
No consent.
What
were they vaccinating for?
Just vaccination.
Like
I think
TB or
flu,
something?
maybe flu. And so I said, no, you do not pierce her skin whatsoever, or I will file a lawsuit. And so they let her sit in the classroom. But I think about it. All these kids just lined up without their parents.
Yeah.
They're just a nurse. So for me, I still teeter with my health only because of the mistrust of the medical profession. And yet you'll find some, that are very
Yeah.
caring, that will allow you to dictate your diagnosis.
Mm.
If you need lapa'au instead of pharmaceutical. But I feel okay for, somebody that's 64 years old. I can still jump up and down my pickup truck and load them up with the green waste and the opala. And I love to go to the dump, and I'm going to get into renovating my house. We're going to go build another house in the country. So I'm game.
Are there other kinds of like health practitioners or that you do have a relationship with, or you feel trust you can lean on them?
Yes, I have mainly Lomi,
Yeah.
because I feel, when somebody lay their hands on you, they actually now can better know what's happening in your body
Yeah.
by just touching you. Yeah.
Yeah. Not intellectualizing.
Not trying to analyze you, but just touch your body.
Mm.
And they know, like, oh, you sit tight, you stressing or what? They know. Or or how
Yeah.
come your leg crooked? You jumping in the truck wrong.
Yeah.
So my dad, he always said, because he didn't like doctors either, he goes, if I really gotta go to a doctor, you take me to a vet. And I went, what? I mean, he thinks of the weirdest thing. I go, why one vet? He goes, because these kind of doctors, you go to them and they ask you all kind of questions and they still cannot figure out what's wrong with you. He says, but the animal doctor, the animal can talk,
Mm-hmm.
and they figure it out. I went, okay, we'll send you to the vet.
He's not wrong,
But that's his
It's like
philosophy.
attunement is I think the gap, right? Like the point of wellness and well-being and taking care of each other is to actually be in attunement, and education and authority and all that kind of stuff gets in the way of you actually seeing the person in front of you.
Yeah.
Is there because we didn't talk in detail about the Kue petition and like the continuation and all of the traveling that you guys have done. Do you have like a reflection on how that journey has felt, or just how your interactions in general with other people engaged in these same issues that you care about? How does it feel to engage with them, or make things move with them?
I first want to acknowledge and show my appreciation and aloha for Claire. She is like a force to be reckoned with when she has something that she wants to get done. And I'm glad that she pushed me to do so.
Mm.
And then also her sister Cindy, with her ability to channel and help us organize the names. But I gotta tell you, when you hold that petition with the correct intention and with trust, it works in different ways. When we were initially taking the petition out, we participated in this thing called the ka'apuni. Ahamoku representatives all got their mokus together. Keamoku organized the walk, and we walked around Maui during Makahiki. And we timed it so that the closing of Makahiki is when we come back to Moku'ula and we close. So we carried the petition with us all around the island. And one of my first encounters was in Wai'eho. These two gentlemen were looking for their kupuna. They had one had one book, one had the other book, and they was all happy they found their kupuna. Look, I found my kupuna. He goes, nah, bro, where your kupuna's name? I show you mine. Their kupuna signed on the same page together. And now these two descendants are standing there because Claire and I would bring out a replica of the Kuya petition and you can sign in support of the petition. And they said, yeah, we're going to sign just like our kupuna. And they signed the names together on their page. And so we have pictures of that. I had another encounter with this young girl. She's like, oh, I don't think so because my tutu was haole. But he was one of the friends of our patriots. And when she found her kupuna signature, her penmanship, identical. Identical. So she was so happy to put her name on the petition and then show me how the signatures were the same. Yeah. The last story I'm going to share with you, we went up to Mauna Kea. They just started to occupy up there. Claire and I, at that time, we didn't have the more sophisticated books we have now. It was in huge 3-ring binders, just so heavy. And I think you folks were there with us, and we carried it up there. And they had these big sheets where you could sign your name that you was there, you know, sign up, write a little story. And so they cleared the table and they said, here, Auntie, you can put the books down here. So we did. They go, what is this? These are all young adults in college. And I was shocked because, you know, I'm older and I would think if anybody, them in college would know about it. I said, this is the queer petition. You heard about that? And they went, no. And then what is that? I said, this is the reason you're here. I said, you think the Queen would save our country? She's part of it. But this is what would save the Queen and our country. What is that? I said, it's your kupuna. Really? Oh my God, let me see. So they started opening the books. And up until then, I always thought, I need to reach out to people to find their kupuna. Yeah. And as long as they find their kupuna, the kupuna can breathe the life back into them. And they can now, no, I'm sorry, they can breathe life into the pages. Yeah. They can talk to, because we have the breath, breathe life into the pages. And they're going to activate the kupuna to wake up and help us. I was wrong. Every one of those young adults, as they walked up to the book, took an inhale because they found their kupuna. And at that moment, I realized the kupuna was giving them breath. And now they would wake up. Because kupuna never slept. They knew what they was doing. They were wide awake. We the ones sleeping. We the one lost. We the one get so much busy noise around us that we cannot hear them. And they're calling for us. And at that moment, there was like, that was true activism. The kupuna will wake up. Them will wake up them. So that's why I continue to do what I do, because I believe in those signatures. I believe in those kupuna. I believe in the spirit. You know, the church, they talk about how we have to be Christians. For me, I go to church because I'm spiritual. And our kupuna, as well as our ali'i, were gravitated to what they were taught through these missionaries because they was already doing it. They were so connected that must be good because that's exactly what we're doing. Until they became more financially greedy, economically distorted, you know, and so I don't see anything wrong with church. Intention and heart can dictate the outcome of what you get by what you give. Yeah. But yeah, I believe in the Ku'e petition wholeheartedly. That is, to me, the most important document we can ever possess and use as our armor against any of this evilness around us. That's how many kupuna can protect us. We solid. We solid.
When it's kind of, in a way, like I could see how it might seem, you know, simple. Like, oh, it's just a petition, and it's another piece of paper, it's another document, it's another book. But um, yeah, there's so many layers to it, and so many stories embedded, um, that it can have such a huge impact and be so consequential in this time.
But it also it feeds us health. It gives us a relaxation, a confidence that now we don't have to be so rigid. We don't have to be so, defensive, because we already won. We already won. When you know that petition and you know your identity, we don't have to fight to identify ourselves. We just have to be ourselves. But we constantly think that we have to go and prove ourselves, fight for our identity, hold up one sign. No, how's about if you just go over there and you just be yourself? And they're like, they might look at us like we're just crazy people. And there's more crazy people coming, and we just be ourselves. I had a crazy notion once. I told my friend, if we could get everybody to understand that they have Aina, and just for a week, I'd like to go longer, but people gotta go work, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They just go, okay, I'm gonna believe for 1 week that that's my Aina. Well, it is. We will sit on the Aina. Ready, set, go. Everybody just go home and sit. You know what kind of impact that would be? That we be ourselves and not be apologetic, not be intimidated, not be afraid at all to actually bring our kupuna forward like that. That would bring them even faster for come help us. Things would actually start to roll. I truly believe that. So we're gonna go home. We're gonna honor Kuleana. We're gonna do it. Nothing can stop us. Nothing.
How's your relationship to your anger and stress now? Has it evolved? Are there specific things that come up that still give you anger and stress?
I cannot lie, a human, right?
Mm.
So when they don't get it, it's like stupid or what? But I've learned now to understand and go, oh, instead of going, what, you stupid or what? Now I just go, oh, Putin, you stupid, yeah? And if you bring the humor in it, then and it's not gonna matter. You cannot allow them to matter in your life because then they're gonna affect it. And it's easier said than done, but it's an art that you can achieve. Because if not, each time you let it affect you, you deny your identity. You deny your rights. You deny your own kupuna. So no worry. Kupuna going like, God, he's Putin, yeah, the baby, he's stupid. We'll teach him, yeah? And when they learn, if they get nuha, never mind. Excuse them and keep going. And I watch kupunas of now, yeah. And I aspire to want to be like that, where one kupuna can look at somebody, even of authority, and go, no, you go over there, Sonny boy, sit down. And they will go, okay, and just go sit down, yeah? And why? Because she has, or he has that authority of generational knowledge that you don't question. And that's the level we need to get to that confidence that there is no question, even if they do. For you, there is no question. That confident. That frees you from a lot of illness that can cause you when you can get there. I'm not quite there, but I'm getting there. Much better. Much better. And you come happy,
Mm-hmm.
So the happiness is what makes you healthier. The laughter and the comedy of it all helps to make you healthier because now no more that stress. And even when come on, you can make fun of yourself because you know better. Yeah.
So overall, your sense of well-being, how's it been impacted by this work?
I gotta say I'm blessed because uh, I have good family support. Um, although married Portuguese, so you cannot help but have disputes in the house. But he doesn't stop me from what I do with this activism. He understands that it's important to me. And then when I come home late, he has something to say. But as far as what I'm doing, no question. My father, he's in front of me. He's not supporting me next to me. He's already in front of me. He's going. My two siblings, my brother and my sister, no question. We follow in you or we stand with you. And it makes it strong. And my kids and my grandkids, okay, mama, what we're gonna do now? We're gonna clean the aina. Okay. And then my daughter, what if the police comes? My mo'opunas, they go, oh, mama, get the paper, just give them the paper and keep cleaning the aina. So, and that brings me happiness, that brings me completeness. That it's and they don't need fight. Yeah, because I'm trying to get them to that level of confidence and they don't need fight. Here's the paper, go away, go.
It makes it easier to trust.
Trust the whole movement, yeah. Trust the clean the aina. Trust the go and go get your fish if you like, go get your fish. Trust that you can go up the river. Nobody stops them. And they don't feel anybody has the right to. It's good. You meet my kids and my mo'opunas one day.
I think I met your daughter once. You have two daughters.
I have three.
Three.
But my oldest one lives in Nahiku where there's none of that convenience. She's in the forest and they're artists, but they love Nahiku. They love Nahiku. So that's where they're going to stay, and we're going to put up a house off the grid, notified everybody, let them know. I'm not asking permission, I'm just letting you know. Yeah, we're going. They tried from before. This is like years in the making. Filed it in the bureau, like how everybody's doing. So we're in there. Went in front of the burial council. Went into the DLNR office, let them know we're going down, we'll take care of Heya, we're going to be... Just the latest, few weeks back, I took my father in, go visit DLNR, and he goes, you're not going to build a house. And the officer goes, you got no qualms for me. He goes, yeah, I'm going to put the house up. He goes, okay. Yeah. They don't cross him. He go down the ocean. The DLNR guys come. He goes, I'm gonna let my nephew know. Oh, okay, uncle. They don't bother him. Yeah, but I go moi the net. I go leave him in the water. Uncle, I never come for check you out. Get one boat that need gasoline. We gotta go out there in the ocean. Okay, when you come back, you like fish. That's so kupuna, But when you be yourself, and you come at it where I'm not fighting you because I don't have a fight. There is no fight. It's a fact. Then it becomes a fact. What they call that, the power of attraction. If you say it, it'll happen. If you will it, it will be. I think our kupuna, they mastered that.
It's like because Auntie Lani always has in her email signature, always says live sovereign, and that's it. You just live it, just be it.
Yeah.
It's a matter of fact because you already decided and it's already happening.
That's it. See, that's the kupuna I'm talking about. Just that, You're not gonna move them. It's not gonna matter. Yeah.
Because then they have to interact with the reality and not their idea.
And we don't want problem. Putin, they get problems. But we don't want problem, right? We're going over there. We'll get the opai. What's the problem? You like some? I don't know. I mean, you think about it. Or you don't like eating it? Well, I like eating. And that's why they don't get sick. They live a long time and they're not sick. Because they knew they was very steadfast in who they were. And so that's how we gotta be. In a good way. Yeah. Then it becomes a good life. Because it doesn't matter where you go, you can do it. You can do it.
Is there anything else you wanna share, or any other reflections about the relationship between these two things, activism, community, and your health, overall health, or and community health in the broad sense?
Um, I pray for Oahu and I pray for Maui because it seems to be coming to be the next Oahu. But we're holding it back as best we can. Um, but I pray for this island because this aina get mana too. Yeah, just get plenty kakio. But um, doesn't mean that it's poho. She come back again, and that COVID time when you prove it, when you let everything rest, everything come back, and not just long time, come back instant.
Yeah.
Come back instant. The shoreline was full fish. The
Was
dolphins
clear.
was coming in. The water wasn't milky. The sand was nice and white. I mean everything was good, and even your health, because you never have to fight traffic for work.
You could piss off every day.
Yeah, and you could go home at one decent hour and not sit in traffic and wonder and oh no, and I gotta turn around because I forgot to pick up something from the store. You could go home and relax. It was relaxing. So that was living. Now we're back to making a killing. I don't know. I satisfied, and not proud, but I'm satisfied with my overall evolution and direction and blessing. I appreciate the blessing. I get to meet you. I get to meet, other people like-minded. So, and it just grows. Yeah, it just grows.